Hello everybody, what's up and welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Ownage broadcast brought to you by David from the Starcraft 2 Ownage Shack as usual. And today I'm going to be casting a Zerg versus Protoss for you, and believe it or not, it actually took me one heck of a long time to find a Zerg versus Protoss to cast. All of the other ones have been cast already. I don't know what it is. People seem to be casting Zerg versus Protoss left, right, and center these days. But that's okay because I managed to find this one. Hopefully no one else has cast this. And even if they have, oh well. So anyways, our Zerg player, it's going to be AceRush. And he's the blue Zerg, looks like, down at the 5 o'clock position on Delta Quadrant. And his Protoss opponent going to be the purple Protoss, JRush, up at the 1 o'clock position, 2 o'clock maybe. I'll go with 1 here on Delta Quadrant, of course, and it looks like the pylon is going to be constructed at the ramp, so he's going to be probably looking to wall that off, I suppose. No reason to put that there otherwise. Meanwhile, we have a pool first, it looks like, from our Zerg player, so it's not going to be the fast hatchery. Really, on this map, I think this is definitely the best choice. Oh, sorry, wait, no, this is actually a very fast pool. It's not even pool first, it's like 10 pool. So this... This could actually do extremely well if this wall isn't up in time. And the timing of this, I don't think the cybernetics core will get placed down for, well, quite some time, because first the assimilator has to be finished, I think. And I think the cybernetics core goes down at around 18 supply for most people. But with this pool already done and Zerglings coming out, that might be too late. Looks like the probe is going to be coming here to put down another pylon, just so in case this one gets taken out, these buildings are still powered, but what he actually needs is to complete this wall off. And you know, even if he does manage to get the cybernetics core up, he'll need a zealot as well probably to complete the wall. So it looks like the Zerglings are now out, and they're going to be running right over to the Protoss base. I don't think the probe has gotten wind of this yet. There goes the core. Is the wall in tight, though? Oh no, it is not tight. The probe is being forced to stand there, and he actually, he hightails it out of there, letting the Zerglings come in. The Zealot is actually being desperately chrono boosted out of this gateway right here, and it looks like a second gateway is going to be going up. This probe is putting these down, but more Zerglings are on the way. Look at that. One Zealot comes out, all the probes are forced to be pulled, and he should really try and get in there, just lodge himself in there, and then hopefully get a surround. But it looks like he actually got pushed out of the base, and now the wall off is complete. That is very unfortunate there for AceRush. Oh man, if he had just managed to squeeze those Zerglings in after the Zealot had come out, this would not be happening. It does look like he will be able to take this gateway down, though. He needs to get it down before that Stalker pops, though. If that Stalker pops, these Zerglings are definitely threatened of being taken out. It looks like the Zealot's going to go down, though, and now the gateway needs to be taken down. The Stalker has popped. 2 Zerglings are left. Will he get it? Yes, he does. The gateway falls, and another one is quickly erected in its place. Meanwhile, the Zerg player has been taking this opportunity, it looks like, to get a few more drones. Obviously, going for a 10 pool does significantly hurt your economy. It's not exactly the most ideal situation, since you do sacrifice a few early drones to get these Zerglings out so quickly. And actually, he's going for an in-base hatchery here. That's definitely going to be mass Zerglings then. There's no two ways about it. He's going all in right here. And it looks like with this, where's the forge? Yeah, there's a forge going down. See it on the production tab there. With this forge, a few photon cannons will actually probably stop this like dead in its tracks. I can't see Zerglings on their own breaking through a fortified wall here with cannon support. There's really no way. And look at that, he's even putting pylons on the low ground so that he can warp those cannons in there. Very nice play. A few Zerglings are here. They still don't have speed. It's only just begun to be researched there. And he will be trying to get this pylon down with the Stalker there. It's probably not worth losing your Zerglings for. After all, I mean, look at all these pylons. He's got 4 pylons powering up these buildings here. This is very important in building, actually. He needs to get that warp gate technology out to defend this rush. Meanwhile, we have the Baneling nest going up, so it is going to be mass Zergling. Low economy, Baneling aggression, Baneling bust, I guess you could call it. I do not see this Baneling bust working in any regard. I simply don't see how it's going to be possible. Now there's even a sentry there. Really, I think this is going to come down to the Protoss making a huge error, like, you know, sending his units over here or something. I don't see another way how the Zerg can come out of this hole. We can see the supply counts are quite a bit different now. Protoss is ahead significantly by 8 supply right now. One cannon is already up here. Looks like another cannon is going down on the low ground now, and now he's pushing out. He does have to be careful though. Obviously the Zerg player can get a nice surround out here with speed. But, you know, even then, he's so zealot heavy right now that I think he'll be just fine until those banelings come out. We have 14 more Zerglings spawning right now, though, and that's going to really help the Zerg player to bust this. He's got to morph those into some banelings, of course, and he's going to do it in a safe location. Nice to see that. Look at that, 8 banelings coming in, and let's see what the Protoss player has. If we check the units tab, he's got 4 zealots, a stalker, and 3 sentries. I don't know how much energy these have. They all have enough for a force field. This one has quite a bit, actually. And so, he should be very well prepared. The Zerglings are here, Banelings are following in tow, they're in tow, and now Force Field blocks the ramp, and if he can get those Banelings off on the Zealots, he could do sick damage, but he's actually not. He's targeting down this cannon, and the Banelings are just wandering around aimlessly trying to find their targets. It looks like he might actually be able to take this force. Tons of units get taken out there, but definitely not nearly as much as the Zerg player lost. If we look at that, look, 31 supply to the 42 of the Protoss player, and now he's going to be taking a Nexus. Wow, that Baneling bust definitely was a complete failure by any standards, really. Kind of unfortunate there. If he had gone for a Roach bust instead, that would have been way more effective. Roaches are so robust, they can really tank the damage from these cannons, as well as the Stalkers, Sentries, and of course the Zealots. It looks like, well, yep, there goes a a Woach Roarin, yes, that's what it's called. No, a Roach Warren is going down now. So it's a little too late. Oh, wow, look at that. The robotics facility is now getting out Immortals. Protoss player JRush has predicted that it looks, well, I guess his clanmate Ace over here would switch into the Roach tech, and boy, was he ever right. This hatchery is complete, so it's 2 base Zerg to 2 base Protoss, and that's never a situation you want to be in. I suppose the only thing that's really going for our friend AceRush over here is the fact that he does have this extra macro hatch to really pump out drones and Zerglings. So now the Protoss player seems it's about time to move out. That could be risky though once some roaches come out. It doesn't look like he's making the roaches yet though. Instead he's opting for spine crawlers. 3 spine crawlers really should actually prevent this rush from doing much damage. They do take an incredibly long time to morph though. It's pretty ridiculous. What is the time there actually? 50 seconds. That's as much as a reactor. Not something you want to do. And look at that, nice observer placement here. It's going to be seeing everything that's going on. So really, there's no surprises right now for the Protoss player. I like how AceRush is keeping his forces over here, though. It's a really nice placement, of course. If he sees from the creep that the Protoss player comes in through here, he can really get a nice flank off by bringing his troops up that way. And it looks like that's exactly what JRush is going to be doing here. He's bringing up his forces, and he's going to go for the spine crawlers. This one is just now seating itself in the creep, and this is probably going to be the final battle. We see spine crawlers doing diseased amounts of damage. Perverse damage is done to the Zerglings, though, as they quickly melt away to these Zealots. The Immortal isn't even needed there, but still racks up 3 kills for the hell of it. And it looks like he's going to be marching to victory here. A few more Zerglings pop out, it's not even going to matter. He does manage to take out the Immortal, but look at that, a fresh wave has been warped in right there, and that should be enough to clean up the rest of these forces. We even have the +1 ground weapons almost complete for the Protoss player, and at that point, I don't think there's anything the Zerg will be able to do. Well, you know, you gotta give him credit for trying, though. He has got his lair up now, so maybe he's gonna go for Roach speed now, or Burrow, but it doesn't matter, he's got observers. Anyways, another attack is coming here. He actually does manage to get a decent surround in this one. The Zerglings are really mopping up the Stalkers quite effectively. Without Blink, Stalkers are not too great versus Zerglings. The Spinecrawler here really needs a transfuse, but doesn't get one and instead just falls. Roaches have now popped out, and it seems like they're actually turning the tide of this battle. With more Stalker warp in, though, that's definitely not going to be enough. How much? Looks like they're... Okay, they're pretty fast on creep, but still Stalkers will have the upper hand either way. They need that Roach speed upgrade. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to be doing. That really takes one hell of a long time to research, though. The Zerglings are coming back, and the Immortal is now here, and that should easily kill these Roaches, but it doesn't look like he's target firing correctly, and that's going to cost him this Immortal as it goes down to the Roach fire. But as the Zerg continues to lose more and more here, like look at all those extra minerals. He can't even macro well enough to reinforce this fast enough. He needs to be spewing constantly, and it looks like it's just not constant enough because all these stalkers should be able to push in for the win right here. GG calls AceRush as he backs out of this game. So it looks like JRush, supposedly his clanmate, does manage to take out Ace over here. A pretty one-sided battle, I have to say. If he had just managed to get those Zerglings in instead of being walled by that Zealot, I really think this game would have gone much differently. He didn't have to fight this gateway. Screw that. I would have just sacrificed those Zerglings and gone straight for the probes. But he didn't do that, and it looks like he just fell behind economically and couldn't recover. So, anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this commentary. Now, before I wrap this up, I do want to say I have been reading all your comments on my videos. I certainly have gotten a lot more comments on my videos since I did my cast for Force, and I wanted to say a huge thank you. Wow, they've been overwhelmingly positive, and there's so many of them that I can't even respond to all of them in any reasonable amount of time. So that's why I'm just going to say thanks now. So, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again for another Daily Dose of Ownage.